Hey guys, this video is just a quick review of linear equations. We're going to get into some stuff with parallel and perpendicular lines, but we're going to have to know first about just equations of lines. So this is the vocabulary from your Module 2 packet. Slope formula, again, this should all be reviewed from your algebra class last year, is rise over run. Rise is the vertical or the change in your y's, and run is the horizontal or the change in your x's. So x2, x1, y1, y2, remember that's just a way of deciding first x, first y, second x, second y. Okay, so you need 2 points to be able to find slope, and there's the formula that you would use. The other thing that should look very familiar is slope-intercept form. So this is how we write an equation of a line. Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. You'll notice that's consistent here and here. And b is the y-intercept, which means that's where our line crosses the y-axis. This one might be new. Some of you may recognize this from algebra as well. But this is called point-slope form. This is another way to write an equation of a line. Y minus y1 equals your slope times x minus x1. Y1 and x1 are a very specific coordinate that you're given. Okay? And here's a review of some of the slopes you might see. Zero slope is always a horizontal line. Undefined slope is always a vertical line. Okay? All right, well, we're going to do a couple examples using some of this stuff just to make sure we remember how to do it. So this first couple examples I'm going to show you is writing an equation of a line. We're going to use slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. And I want to use a graph to do that. So in order to do that, I need these two things. I need slope and I need the y-intercept. So slope on a graph we look at is rise over run. So I want to pick 2 points, and I want it to go nicely through the crosshairs here. Okay, I want to pick 2 good points. So I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to use different colors so you guys can see that. So I'm going to use this point and this point. Okay, so I'm going to go up 1, so I rise of 1, and over 2, so I run of 2. So my slope is 1 over 2, so m is 1/2. Okay, and my b, my slope-intercept, where does it cross? So 1, 2, 3, this is where my line is crossing the y-axis at positive 3. So now this next part is super easy. I just plug these two numbers in. Y equals my m is 1/2, x plus my b is 3. So that is the equation of this line in slope-intercept form. I'm going to do the same thing on number 2 here. Okay, so I want to pick out my slope and my y-intercept. So I'm going to use, let's do this point here and this point here. So to go from this point to this point, I'm going down 2 and over 1. So anytime you go down, it's going to be a negative. So I'm going down 2 and over 1. So rise is negative 2 and run is 1. So my slope is negative 2 over 1. My b value, where it crosses y-axis, is crossing at positive 1, positive 2. So my b is 2. So my equation, y equals mx, so I can simplify this to say just negative 2 x plus 2. Okay, and there's the equation of that line. Okay, a couple more examples, this time without a graph. We are going to find the slope of the line that goes through these 2 points. So this is where I'm going to use that slope formula. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what I always like to do first is pick out my x1, y1 and x2, y2. Okay, so I just make my first point be my 1s, second point be my 2s. So we've got y2 is negative 3, y1 is 4, x2 is 4, and x1 is negative 1. Okay, so I'm just plugging those numbers in where they go. Now I'm going to simplify. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. Whenever I have those two negatives next to each other, it becomes addition. So I've got 4 plus 1, which is 5. And I'm going to leave my slope in a simplified fraction form. So that is my answer right there. Okay? All right, so next we're going to actually keep going and write the equation, but we're going to use point-slope form. So that's the one that looks like this, y minus y1 equals your slope times x minus x1. So it's in the name, but the two things you need are a point and slope. Well, here's my point and here's my slope. So this is my m, and this is my specific point, so it's my x1, y1. So all I do is I plug those numbers into this equation. So I've got y minus, my y1 is 8, my slope is -2, x minus x1, which is 7. And I just leave it like that. Really simple if you know that form. Okay? If I wanted to go to slope-intercept form, I guess we'll do that on this next example. Okay, so I'm going to write the equation of my line, but I want it in slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b this time. But the easiest way to do it is I'm given slope and I'm given point. So I actually want to use this form first, and then I can convert it. So I've got y minus, so here's my m, here's my x1, y1. So again, I'm using this point slope form, and then I'm going to change it. So my specific y is -2, my m is 4, and my specific x1 is 6. And I'm going to change this minus to plus right now, make it a little more concise. Okay, so think about slope-intercept form now. That's y equals mx plus b. So y is all alone, and there's no parentheses, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of my parentheses, and I'm going to get y by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 4. Okay. So I've got y plus 2 still on the left, equals 4x minus 24. Okay. Now I want to get y by itself, so I need to get rid of this 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. So now I've got y all by itself equals 4x minus 26. And now here's my slope and here's my y-intercept. So that is in slope-intercept form. All right, hopefully that was a good quick review for you guys on linear equations. Thanks for watching.